Good morning. Welcome to the kindergarten class. Here is the Cubby Area where they would come in the morning. They'd hang up their extra clothes, stay at school, they stay on the shelf, they hang up their bags on the hooks. And there's some of the artwork that they've done together through the year and their portraits. We're going to take you on a little tour of the classroom, what kindergarten might look like. So we are exploring bugs. So here's a light table and they can make ants. Over here you have the art table where there's different art designs where we're focusing on mosaics. They come in the morning, they sign in how they're doing, how they're feeling, they wash their hands, and then they start their day. So they might be reading when they come in or looking at books or working on activities that are set up at the table. The classrooms have the word walls, which will help them with popcorn words and words that they see every day in books. And then these are some of the ideas that you might see at the center. So we have a writing center that they can use different materials to write words. They have magnetic letters. Always have a toolkit to help them if they need to use the alphabet song to help them with the sounds or how to write the words. Then over here we have just a creation station. So different materials, what can they make? Try to come up with a plan. How could they use the shapes to design an animal? And then over here, we have what can you create using geoboards? So can you make something symmetrical? Can you make an animal? What shapes do you see in your design? And then STEM is a big way to help students develop reasoning skills and understanding how things work and what they could change and make using materials that we have in our house. So we have plastic cups and popsicle sticks, and there's a couple examples on how they can use the cups to build up higher. Can they make bridges? What happens if you go too high? What do you need to change? So that's a lot of STEM that you see in the classrooms now as well. Here is the guided table. This is where they do explicit instruction with the teachers based on ability. So it might be working on sounds or it might be building letters or words. So this is in the kindergarten classrooms where teachers can focus on what it is that they need to work on and then bring them into small group together and work on those skills. And then over here we have math table, and this is different ways to represent numbers. So a lot of times it's about using these tools. So you can see that this is called a 10 frame because there's 5 on the top and 5 on the bottom. How can they use this to build numbers? So it might look something like this. You have 1, 2, recognizing that if the top row is filled up, you don't even need to count it. You automatically know it's 5. So then we just need to add 1 more, which is 6. So really using these tools to help them with their making numbers and understanding how numbers are built. And then you have writing numbers. A lot of times we use a lot of whiteboards and pictures to assess our information because it's more environmentally friendly, but also because we are looking at what they can do and naming what they can do and trying to help them build that skill set to see what else can they do. So if they can, write the numbers, but they're doing it backwards, we need to work on formation and directionality, but also how can you show those, use pictures, numbers, and words. So taking pictures as they work to see what they're doing and what they need to do to move forward. Over here is some dramatic science play. Again, different types of animals we've been studying, so their colony and the different diagrams for ants, and then they can use the materials to build in the ants. All the kids are responsible for helping with recycling and making choices to make the environment a better place, and they're also involved in cleanup, so they do have classroom jobs, and some of them might be included in dust cleaning. We also have lots of their work is displayed, so here is the symmetry so that they can show how we were keeping in mind the symmetry of a butterfly since we're growing butterflies, and they were using that to see it in art. So a lot of it is seeing their work around the classroom, and they co-create everything. So here's the alphabet and the number line to help them if they need it as a reference. We also have a nice reading area for the kids, both level books and interesting books for them to read. Here is the carpet space where we come together and we have class meetings. We discuss what, the inquiry. We were working on snails. We were talking about what we know, wonder, and learn, and using the resources to help us, as well as hands-on materials and looking at the snails and finding out what we know. And that leads us to this last piece here where we talk about the life cycle of a bug. And we've explored butterflies, snails, bees, and ladybugs. And here's our learning journey to kind of explain what we've learned, where we started, and where we need to go. And the exciting part here is that we had larvae, and now we are raising butterflies. So they're in their chrysalis stage. We're hoping that they start to come out. I can see that melatonin is starting to open up, so that means that it's just a matter of time before they transform and go into their metamorphosis. They have their goal setting over here, and then you can see they have their learning areas. We have dramatic play over here. We have their provocations, which are set up on the board, and some sensory bins. And we have language and math stations as well for them to pull out and use the materials. So here is an example of what a kindergarten classroom looks like. And there is the washroom, the washroom and the hand washing area that is located inside the room. And we really look forward to seeing you and hope that you enjoy the summer and enjoy the tour of our class. Thank you.